In today's fast-paced life, fish and seafood always hold a special place on the Vietnamese dining table. Not only because of their delicious flavor and ease of preparation, but also due to the abundant nutrients found in every piece of fish meat. Scientific studies have shown that fish is a source of high-quality protein, rich in omega-3 fatty acids, beneficial for the heart and brain, along with many other essential vitamins and minerals for human health. However, behind the fresh fish stalls in traditional markets, or even some less reputable stores, there lurk unpredictable dangers. Some small traders, driven by profit and disregarding consumer health, have used banned chemicals such as urea and borax to marinate fish, making the fish appear fresher for longer. This is not only a commercial fraud, but also a real threat to public health. According to health experts, urea and borax are not unfamiliar substances. They have certain industrial applications, but their use in food is strictly prohibited by the Ministry of Health. Urea is essentially a common chemical fertilizer in agriculture, used to promote plant growth due to its abundant nitrogen content. When applied to a moist environment like fresh fish, urea inhibits bacterial growth, making the fish meat appear fresher for longer. Meanwhile, borax, also known as boric acid, is a compound once used in medicine as a mild antiseptic and antifungal agent. However, when ingested through food, both substances become toxic, capable of causing acute poisoning or accumulating to cause chronic harm. In reality, consuming fish marinated with urea or borax can lead to many serious consequences. In cases of acute poisoning, patients often exhibit clear symptoms such as severe abdominal pain, nausea, continuous diarrhea, extreme fatigue, and it can even be life-threatening if not treated promptly. More worryingly, long-term exposure to small amounts of urea or borax silently damages the liver and kidneys, impairing the function of these organs. People who frequently consume chemically treated fish are also at risk of chronic illnesses such as unexplained persistent headaches, insomnia, memory decline, and deteriorating health. Some international studies have even warned of a link between consuming foods containing borax and adverse effects on the reproductive system. Associate Professor Dr. Nguyen Duy Thin, an expert in biotechnology and food technology, once emphasized in an interview, "When urea is used to marinate fish and seafood, it penetrates deeply into the fish meat. Even washing multiple times cannot completely remove the harmful derivatives. This means that if consumers accidentally buy fish marinated with urea, they almost have no way to entirely eliminate the toxins and inadvertently ingest them. So how can one recognize fish marinated with urea or borax? This is an important question because with a little careful observation, consumers can protect themselves and their families from the dangers of fake fresh fish in the market. Experts have pointed out 6 abnormal characteristics of chemically treated fish. First, the gills are not bright red like freshly caught fish, but the overall fish looks very fresh, indicating chemical intervention. Second, the fish meat is soft. When pressed with a finger, it feels soft, dense, and does not easily return to its original state. In contrast, naturally fresh fish meat is firm and elastic. Third, chemically treated fish often emits a strange odor, not the characteristic fishy smell of fresh fish. Fourth, the fish eyes are sunken instead of slightly bulging and clear like fresh fish. Fifth, the scales easily fall off and do not stick firmly to the body, whereas fresh fish have shiny, tightly attached scales. Finally, when cooked, urea-marinated fish often produces black foam, and the fish bones turn an unusual black color, something that never happens with clean fresh fish. To illustrate further, the reputable culinary guide Michelin Guide has also provided criteria for identifying fresh fish. A quality fish will have bright red gills, sometimes with a bit of blood, proving it was freshly caught. The fins and tail should be flexible, not brittle or easily torn. The fish smell is naturally fishy, pleasant, not sharp or strange. The meat is firm, highly elastic, and when pressed, returns to its original state. Especially, the fish eyes must be clear, slightly bulging, with distinct pupils. The scales are shiny and firmly attached to the body. By comparing these two sets of characteristics, consumers can easily identify and avoid fish that have been chemically altered with harmful substances. The concerning issue here is that many consumers, driven by a desire for cheap prices, easily fall into the trap set by small traders. They think buying cheaper fish saves money, but fail to realize that the small amount saved today could cost them their long-term health or even their lives. Therefore, food experts always recommend consumers prioritize buying fish from reputable sources, supermarkets, and seafood stores with clear origins. Although the price may be slightly higher, in return, it offers peace of mind and protects the health of the whole family. When shopping, housewives can combine their senses to assess the freshness of fish, observe the color of the gills, eyes, and scales, smell the fish, touch to feel the elasticity. If any abnormal signs are noticed, it is best not to buy. Also, be cautious of fish that look too fresh compared to storage conditions or are unusually cheap compared to the market. These are often fish treated with chemicals to deceive buyers. Fish is a golden food for health. Eating fish regularly provides omega-3 good for the heart, reduces the risk of atherosclerosis, improves memory and brain function, and is a healthy protein source with less saturated fat compared to red meat. Children who eat fish develop better intelligence, and older adults who eat fish reduce the risk of Alzheimer's and cardiovascular diseases. But all these benefits will be completely ruined if consumers accidentally buy fish marinated with urea or borax. From a nutritious food, fish will turn into a health threat and cause many dangerous diseases. Therefore, making smart and careful choices from the shopping stage is the most important step to protect family health. Don't let carelessness turn a delicious meal into a worry. Equip yourself with basic knowledge on how to recognize fresh fish and absolutely avoid fish with abnormal signs. Your vigilance today is a strong shield helping your family live healthily tomorrow. Thank you for listening. This content is produced by the channel Everyday Life, which brings you useful and practical information to care for your health and life. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share the video so more people can know and protect their families from the dangers of contaminated food.